All right, family, Tape Tuesdays, guys, and we're going to go really slow here, through the whole process of, me teaching you guys tape reading. The reason that I want to go so slow is because, guys, this is a skill that could literally change your trading forever, right? I was kind of ignorant to tape reading for way too long, and now that I do understand the tape, it's really the only thing you need to learn. So we are going to go slow through this process every Tuesday, just slowly build upon what we learned the previous week. And, a month from now, 2 months from now, 6 months from now, you guys should be pretty damn good at reading the tape here. So, in terms of why the tape is important, where are we? Right, in terms of why is tape reading important, as you guys know, the market is just a game of supply and demand. So the price of a stock is driven by buyers and sellers and nothing else, right? It's a relationship between the buyers and the sellers. So a stock gains value when there's more demand than there is supply. And it's the same thing to the downside, right? When there's more supply than demand, the price of a stock is going to move to the downside. So, we tend to get so caught up in the charts and the moving averages and support and resistance, but really, we need to remember that these things are moving up and down in value because of the buyers and the sellers, right? If buyers are in control, the stock is moving to the upside. So if you're taking your breakout trade, you want to know that the buyers are in control. Same thing with the short opportunity. So what reading the tape allows us to do is to see right in front of our own eyes exactly what the buyers are doing, where they're buying, how much, and exactly what the sellers are doing, where they're selling, and how much they're selling. We can literally see who's in control of the supply or of the demand. So, like I said, we're going to go slow. A few little things at a time I want you guys to learn, right? So, we'll look at Roku here, guys, and on the Thinkorswim platform, what we're going to talk about today is the level 2. So, you see the level 2 down here, guys, and all this is, to the left, is the bid side. So the bid side is all the open buy orders right now, right? You can see the price that they're looking to get in at, and then we can see the bid size, which we'll talk about in a second. The ask size, guys, is all the open sell orders. So right now, somebody's trying to sell 100 shares at 137.53, right? So there's an open order for someone to sell that quantity at that price. And you can see you move down the ask here. Here's all the open orders, right, that they're trying to get filled. Here's one guy trying to sell a pretty damn big position up at 139, right? 139 happens to be a key level of resistance right here for Roku. So that alone, guys, is useful to know. We know we're looking for a breakout above 139 here, but we look here at the tape, and this guy's trying to sell a shitload. So that could be a level of resistance if we work our way up to 139 and there aren't enough buyers, right? But before I get too carried away, that's the basics of the level 2. You have your bid side, which is all the open buy orders. These are the buyers looking to get in. On the ask side is all the open sell orders, and these are the dudes who already have shares and they're trying to get rid of them. So bid, buy side, ask is the sell side, and it's the relationship between what's going on each of these sides that dictates which way that a stock moves. So the next important thing, guys, to understand with this level 2 here is the bid size and the ask size, right? So I'll write this little note right up here. All right, now bid size, guys, is just simply size of the open buy order times 100. And the sell size, or the ask size rather, is the size of the open sell order times 100 as well. So what that means, and let's make that yellow, because why not? So what that means, guys, if we look at the bid right here, right? We look at the level 2, and we'll look at this guy, for example. He's trying to get in here at 137.33, and you can see the bid size is 1. So what that means is you multiply that times 100, and that is an open order right now to get filled at 100 shares, right? So bid size is just the amount of shares, but you need to multiply this times 100. So right now, someone's trying to buy 100 shares at 137.33. So to break it down, if we multiply 100, 100 shares at 137.33, it's a little bit over $13,700. So you can see that right now someone's trying to buy about $14,000 worth of Roku at 137.33. And it's the same thing over here on the ask size, right? On the ask side. This guy, right, he's trying to sell 500 shares at 137.55, right? So 500 shares at 137.55, that person's trying to get rid of about a $70,000 position size. So we can see, guys, which side right now has bigger order sizes, right? Not all that much here on the bid size. And you can see the biggest buy order, the biggest open buy order is all the way down here at 136, right? Well, you can see that right now, we're not even trading towards 136. So there's not much demand right now for Roku. And then we look at the ask side, right? And you can see that this guy's trying to sell 500 shares. This guy's trying to sell 500. This guy's trying to sell a shitload of shares. So this dude right here, guys, he's got an open order here, and he is trying to sell, right, 1,100 times 139 a share. So there's someone sitting there at 139 with an open order to sell $153,000 worth of Roku. They're trying to sell just about $200,000 worth of stock right in an important level of resistance. So we can just look at the bid side, we can look at the ask side, and we can look at the bid size and the ask size and see, where is the big money really lining up here? Based upon the bid sizes right now, guys, right, there's not any huge buyers coming in. 13 grand, 26 grand. Remember, this shit is driven by big money. But we look at the ask side, and we can see some pretty sizable open orders. So right now, there's a lot of supply and not much demand. So for these guys to get their orders filled, they're going to have to sell at lower and lower prices because the buyers aren't stepping up right now. So this, guys, is just kind of the basic way of looking at, the level 2. We've got our buyers and all their open orders over here, and we've got our sellers and all our open sell orders on this side. All right, so I'm on demand right now, and we'll bring this to some live action. All right, and let's just take a look at Roku here on the chart, and we'll talk about a few things on the tape right here, right? So what we're looking at here, guys, is the bid sizes and the ask sizes. Now this guy up here, he's still trying to sell a shitload up there at resistance, right? So let me pause this for a second. Because we know that 139 is resistance, right? And because we can see here on the tape that the biggest open seller right now is trying to get filled at 139, what we want to see as the stock reaches that level is whether or not the buyers come in and actually buy this guy's position. If he disappears, right, if he's the only one trying to sell that big of a portion of shares, if it gets up to 139 and they can wipe him out, right, there's enough demand to buy his $150,000 worth, whatever it was, if he's done selling and he gets his order filled, that's when Roku could potentially make a breakout, right? But if it gets up here to 139, guys, and they're not willing to buy all that guy's shares, right, and he just keeps on selling, it's going to become another level of resistance. So let's turn this back on here. All right, and let's just see if Roku climbs up to this level. All right, we'll pause it here. This is what I want you guys to pay attention to, right? Where is there the most action right now? Right? The bid sizes are really small here, so the buyers aren't stepping in like crazy. And, we can still see some pressure here, but we want to pay attention to this guy. If he disappears, right, that's important for us to know because he is selling a shitload at that major resistance level. So, let's pause this right here. Hold on. All right, so our guy is still here at 139, right? Now, we have a lot of small orders right here, but what we just saw right here is a big time buy order came in. So someone's trying to sell, or I'm sorry, somebody is trying to buy 52 times 100, right? So somebody is trying to buy right now. 52 times 100 is 5,200. They are trying to buy 5,200 shares at 137.50. That is a $715,000 position size. So somebody is trying to buy $715,000 worth of Roku at 137.50. So let's go mark that level, right? 137.50 is just about right where this thing is sitting right now. Right? 137.50. All right, so, I'm going to focus on that level now to see if that holds up as support. And if we do come back, does that guy start buying again? Now, granted, he hasn't gotten filled yet, right? And we're going to talk in, upcoming lessons about how to visually see whether or not he actually gets filled. But that's important to know, guys. Someone just stepped in, put out an open order to buy $700,000 plus at 137.50. Right, so that is a huge sign of some demand. Right? Now we're moving up here, and he's gone. Right? So that guy's gone. We've still got some big sellers here at 138. Right? So you can see this resistance level right now, guys. 138 is giving us trouble. And we had some big time sellers there at 138. All right, that guy's still sitting down there, trying to sell it a lot at 139. So that's still the key breakout level. Here's someone with a big open order at 137. Right, so 137 could be a really key level of support. That guy could come down here, and kind of save it from falling any further. Right, so we got a good size buy order there at 137, or we had it rather. Right, he's back again. Right, he's gone now. Right, so it looks like he may have either taken that order off. So we'll see if he comes back. All right, but the buyers aren't stepping in like a crazy guy. All right, so that guy's back with 20 at 137. All right, so 137 is key support here. There's a buyer who keeps kind of going in and out. See if he can get those, 2,000 shares there. All right, so we just spiked down to 137. Looks like that guy may have gotten filled. And that's the reason for the bounce there. So a good size buy order just got filled. It's a good chunk of demand. But you can see, guys, the selling pressure, right? Someone's trying to sell 1,500 at 138. So he's going to have to get his order filled to kind of get out of the buyer's ways. And let's see. He just disappeared. And what we can notice, right? That big seller that we identified earlier, kind of sitting up there with an order at 139, he's disappeared for now. So let's see. We got a pretty good size sell order here at 137.75. So, what can we kind of take from this first, few minutes of price action here, guys? What we can take is that clearly the sellers continue to step in here with good size, anywhere from 137 to 138-ish, right? There's a lot of selling pressure here this morning, 138 plus, 137 plus. However, we did see that big time buyer come in and gobble up this thing at 137 exactly, and that is why we bounced at 137 exactly. So, what we can take from reading the tape here for the first few minutes is that so far, we've got some decent support at 137, and why is support created? Because buyers step in, right? But why is there resistance? Because the sellers keep stepping in a big fashion. This guy's trying to sell 10 times 100 is 1,000. Someone's trying to sell 140 grand right now at 137.75. So we can see right now, guys, why we have such resistance, but we're also able to see, why did we hold up at 137? Now, hold on just a second, right? So now you've got a guy who just opened up an order here to sell 5,000 shares at 137.95, right? So that is a huge, huge open sell order. Now, whether or not that order gets filled and whether or not that guy is just putting out that open order to freak people out, those are different things we're going to discuss. But that, guys, obviously is a huge, huge open order right now at 137.95. So just by looking at the tape here, we can see that every time this thing starts to bounce, some fucking big time sellers are coming in, right? Giving the buyers a battle here. So let's see if we can rally here. Let's see if that guy gets filled or if he just creates another level of resistance. Right? So that order just disappeared. And it looks like, guys, potentially someone came in real quick and bought up those guys' shares. All right, so we're moving over 138.95 right now. So, we just got rid of a huge open seller. Now we're bouncing a little bit here. So what we want to see now is if any big time sellers return. Without the selling pressure, Roku's got a chance of moving to the upside here. So that's what we really want to focus on now. Right now, someone came in with a good size order here at 138.50. Looks like he got filled right away. So let's see here. All right, we got some selling pressure at 138.90. Right, that guy just got filled. So, someone just tried to sell guys a bunch of shares at 138.90-ish. They came in and bought it, right? You can see now the bids are starting to get a little bit bigger. And every time we get a big seller stepping in here, his order is immediately disappearing, which means he's getting his order filled. Somebody's coming in to buy all of those shares. So we need to see the buyers take control here above 139 for that breakout without any selling pressure. Right, so remember, looking for orders around 139. That's our resistance level. Right, there's a good size sell order. He's gone. All right, so we're going for a breakout here, guys. All right, a little bit of resistance. All right, see if the buyers keep stepping in. Let's pause real quick. And we just missed it, but a big buy order for 50 lots just came on here on the bid size. So there's buyers stepping in, and we're starting to see an absence of big sellers here. So let's see if we get a breakout or not. There he is again. Can I pause this on time? Come on. All right. 5,200 shares, guys. I think around, that was 138-ish, 139. So we keep seeing big buy orders come in. All right, 42. So there's a big buy order, 138. So the buyers are coming in. We're starting to see some pretty damn big bid sizes, right? But we're not really seeing the huge sellers anymore. So let's see if the selling pressure stays gone here, and if we can make this 139 breakout. Right, nothing big, nothing big, nothing too big here. So no big time sellers, however, no one's really coming in crazy on the buy side. But this is the first good sign if you're looking for a breakout. All right, so we're fading here because the bids are stepping down. So, there was a lot more accumulation up towards 139 than there was than where we're sitting right now. But still, we've got an absence of selling pressure. So there's a good size buy order, right? 138.06. Looks like he got filled, so we're bounced a little bit there. Big sell order at 137.80. So let's see if this turns into some resistance. Yep. So the big sell order came in, guys, at 137.60 or so. Pushed her down a bit. Right? There's a good size sell order at 137.60s. So now we're seeing a little bit of selling pressure. 137.80's got a huge sell order. Right? 137.80. All right, 137.80. So someone's just trying to unload here. And let's see if he keeps on coming back. All right, there he is, 137.80 again. He's still got some at 137.80. Right, so we're not breaking above 137.80 until that guy either stops trying to sell or he gets filled. No one was willing to pay 137.80. That's why we're dropping right now. 137's got a huge sell order there, guys. All right, 8,600 shares. You do the math. 5,700 shares. 1,600 shares. You guys see why it's dropping right now? There's way too much supply, and the buyers aren't willing to step up and get it, right? So to get those sell orders filled, they have to come down to meet the buyers at the lower price. This is why Roku is fading right now. No big buyers, and we just saw a huge flash of big sellers. So we can see here essentially from the get-go, while there was some good decent demand above 137 coming in, ultimately the selling pressure, guys, has been the stronger side this morning, right? There's not enough demand to soak up the amount of, open sell size that there is. This is why this thing's having a tough time bouncing or breaking out right now. The sellers have been in control, and we've been able to literally see that they've been in control here.